Greetings, greetings. This is Kwashiba L, the Idea Doula here, shouting out Sonetta TV. I have no words for how much I would love to honor and praise this brother. His work is always impeccable. He always gives that devil advocate side. He gives the left, the right. He goes in there. He has a range of amazing people on his show. I love his Ras Mariah Bay video. Amazing work. Just continue to do what you're doing, empowering the youth, empowering the women, empowering all of our melanated brothers and sisters so we can find our way. Ashe.
Sonetta, bless up, papi. How you doing?
Yeah, shout out to Black News 102 and Sonetta TV. Give thanks.
Sonetta TV #1.
Hi, we're here in Harlem, New York. Shout out to Sonetta TV. Way to keep the information flowing.
Yo, shout out to Sonetta TV, Black News 102.
Greetings of peace from a sacred woman who graduated today. Shout out to Sonetta TV, straight back from Toronto, Canada. We here.
Black News 102, baby. You know where it's at. Shout out to Sonetta TV.
Thank you, brother. We love you, Sonetta. Ashe.
This is Jazz Shoots, and I want to shout out Sonetta TV, one of the best media platforms, black owned, black run, for us by us, best in the world.
Bendiciones a la televisión de Sonetta. Ya tú sabes dónde está la noticia negra poderosa de 102 de Nueva York.
And Black Power family, welcome to another Sonetta TV House of Consciousness production. As you can see, I got three beautiful, lovely queens out here today, and they are from the NuWaupian Nation. Dr. Malakazi, yo, can you please introduce yourselves?
My name is Ma'at Sanentet Bastet.
Hi, I'm Ari Matz, Hedi Teshmu.
Anit Ati Butnafor, aka Saraya Ma'at Nafur.
Beautiful, beautiful names. Sister Ma'at, how long you been a NuWaupian? How long you been in the NuWaupian Nation?
I've been a NuWaupian for 12 years now, and my father has been a NuWaupian for 22 years. It's been a long road because the master teacher has been incarcerated, and he's been in there for about 16 years already. So by the time I joined the nation, he was already locked up. My father did get the opportunity to meet Dr. York and to be on the land and to experience the wonders of Tamaray. Dr. York had a land for all of us in Tamaray where everyone could come and visit, no discrimination, whether you were white, black, Chinese, didn't matter. And the purpose of that land was to reunite us as a people, the African race. And those of other cultures who respected us and wanted to join us could also come. And they knew the power of Tamaray because there are countless stories of all the wonderful things that Dr. York built and did for all of us. And so it's been a long road for these past 12 years for me. So it's been a long road for these past 12 years, but we're fighting for Dr. York's freedom, and there's a Sundance ceremony coming up in August. The Navajo tribe is putting it together, and the Black Eagle tribes, the White Eagle tribes, the Yellow Eagle tribes, we're going to be dancing. It's a Sundance for the freedom of Dr. York.
Same question for you, my sister. How long have you been a member of the NuWaupian Nation?
I've been a member of the NuWaupian community for about 5 years now, going on 6. And I came in just as anyone else, a regular person walking by. I was propagated, I was spoken to by someone who was a friend of mine, who always drew me by his non-religious perspective about the different cultures and the different religions. He was pretty much a propagator, what we call him. And, you know, I'd go back and forth from school and I'd run into these brothers propagating. And one of the things that struck me the most, that stood out about this NuWaupian nation, aside from all other religions and all other cultures, is the fact that they uplift, number one, the black woman, not in a way that's arrogant or in competition with other religions and other cultures, but in a way that uplifts them and sort of exposes the lies that we've been told as women that cause many, you know, self-esteem issues and issues of broken families. Also, I wanted to stress that the other thing that really drew me to the NuWaupian community that's actually very close to my heart is our ongoing fight for Dr. Malachi Z. York, who I heard of twice when I was a child, and again, I was pretty much introduced to the fact that he went from being in the music industry to actually leaving that all behind just to teach and uplift a community. I was impressed by the fact that so many people were willing to travel miles just to hear this man speak in person. I'm talking miles, and they would do so consistently every weekend. And one of the things that I must say, with all the propaganda and negative stereotypes that I hear surrounding the name Dr. Malachi Z. York, in my personal experience, I've seen more evidence of the good that man has done than any evidence of any bad, any negative. There's a lot of repetitive talk, and most people, honestly, who will say things about this man don't have any verification, don't have any proof. They go according to social media and the internet, the media itself. I've actually, yes, they do. And I've always been trained since, before college to be very analytical. I've been blessed enough to have 2 educated parents who always encouraged me to verify and to seek facts and always go to the horse. And so my personal experience as well is that this is a very kind-hearted, very big man with huge visions for our people, and it just felt like another ambush, another mistruth about another powerful African-American man, and I stand behind his freedom fully with my sisters and his doctrine and his teachings.
Same question. How long have you been in the nation?
Well, I came into the nation in 2012. I had a business partner who propagated to me, just like Ari, and that's how I came into the nation. And I've been in the nation since then, and I'm not turning back. I don't care about what the haters say. I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube talking about us, talking about our doctrine, talking about our master teacher. I love my master teacher. He saved my life. I would probably be out here in the streets uneducated, unaware of who I am as a black woman, okay, as a divine feminine, okay, and I'm getting upset. My heart is literally pounding in my chest right now because I'm upset about how we're being portrayed on the internet, on the media, YouTube, where have you. People are trying to really demean us, okay? They can't get to the master teacher, so they're trying to get to us. They're trying to get to the divine feminine. I'm seeing people out there on YouTube talking about, oh, they call themselves goddesses. I don't want to hear that, okay? They're like, why are they calling themselves goddesses? You know, they're not God unless you're going to be equal to the black man who's also a God. That goes without saying, okay? I revere my black brother. I lift him up just like I want him to lift me up, okay? So when women start saying, oh, why do they call themselves goddesses? I have to question those women, because I feel like this. We could use goddess in so many different ways. That's just a connotation, okay? To say the black woman is the nurturer, okay? We sit at the seat of civilization, okay? Or we sit at the seat of civilization. We're the nurturers of our society, okay? So when I'm hearing all this rhetoric, it really bothers me, because I'm like, why are you going to feed into that? Now I got to call people out. I really have to call people out. There are people out there who hate women. They're misogynistic, and they have an agenda. So we got to set the record straight, okay? We're divine feminine. We have a right to call ourselves goddesses, and yes, I do uplift my black man who is also a god, as long as he can respect me as a goddess, okay? The nurturer, okay? The leader of the family, the nurturer. If I had a man in my life right now, he would be considered the leader as well, or the head of the household. But I am the head of the house because I'm a single parent, and I have to show my children just by example. So getting back to what we were talking about our nation, I'm tired of the the naysayers. I'm tired of those people who are hating on us for no reason at all. So they took our master teacher and they demonized him. Okay, just like they do all of our leaders, like Malcolm X, like Elijah Muhammad, like Marcus Garvey. Okay, they demonize our leaders and they make them look bad in the sight of the world. And then when black people are doing the same thing, we really look bad, because I consider people like that to be black devils. I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna call it like I see it. I call them black devils. Okay, so that's all I have to say.
You are a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
And so many of our sisters are single today. Why do you think that is? Is it more homosexuality on the planet? Is it the brothers being locked up in jail? What's going on? Why there's so many single, beautiful black women? Homosexuality got a lot to do with this. The black man has become the black woman today, or want to be the black woman. How do you feel about that when you see that? And are you a little upset that there's not enough strong black men to go around?
I'm really upset about that, because I was raised in a household with a mother and a father. My father was a businessman, okay? He took care of the family. My mother was a nurturer, but my father, he was the head of the household. He took care of his family. I came from a family of 8 children, okay? So my father was present in the household, okay? So I'm not a person who's from a broken home. I'm just a single mother, and I don't mind being single. I'm not griping about it, okay? But I feel like this: if there is somebody out there who's big enough to step up to the plate and come and assist me in what I'm doing and help me build my business, then come on, come with it, okay? Because I'm not about saying, oh, it's about the goddess, and you know, that's part of that rhetoric saying, oh, we don't need a man. That's what that leads into, okay? It's not even like that. Every black woman needs a good man, a good black man. Or I'm really upset. I'm sorry.
Southhead sis, I love your energy. This is why I stay with these two powerful sisters. I love that question. I really do. We were just having a conversation about it literally yesterday regarding our black men. I was speaking to an old friend who was incarcerated about 5 years, 6 months, and 2 days. He remembers the whole time. And he's a rare individual. Talked to me about the different people in the quote-unquote prison system, about the business of the prison system, and him being exposed to that that quote-unquote, I should say, lifestyle of coming out of prison. He said to me, quite frankly, all of our good men are locked up. Okay, he's in for something that quote-unquote they had no evidence for. There's a dozen of other men or more that are still incarcerated as we speak for things that they haven't done, including Malachi Z. York. That's one of them. The second is the homosexuality aspect is also part of it. That was part of the conversation. Very real, because I remember finding out that good friends of mine who I would have considered courting were actually homosexuals on the low. Now, this is not a judgment. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with homosexuality if it's natural and, I should say, pure. There are natural homosexuals who, since birth, hold on. I'm going to be very careful. I'm very politically correct. I'm being very politically correct.
They come out that way, but you know, they can't help.
Yes, exactly.
So a lot of men are born with more female.
Not just men. There are, let's say, there's human beings on the planet who were born with both energies. Let's say that. And animals, right? We're talking about a scientific factor, but that's a minority of the population. What's happening today is they're pushing this homosexuality like it's a fad. It's an agenda. They're demasculating our men, and like I said, the few men that I would consider to actually be a mate, they're either homosexual on the low, and the real men that are left, it's about maybe 1 to 50. 1 real man to 50 women. So it's very scarce. I blame the system partially. And I just made a small speech the other day about having to empower ourselves while we're single, because it's also a matter of standards, I think, right? I'm not just going to go with anything just to say I have a mate or just to say I have a man. So yes, this is a call. I'm single as well. And I've been single for quite a minute.
I didn't mean to make this about being single, but...
So you single?
Yes, I am. I didn't mean to...
Hold on, and you're single?
I am single.
And you are single?
Yes, I'm single.
So you see this, brothers, there's a lot of our beautiful women that are single today because you want to be a goddamn faggot, and we got to stop that. We got to stop that. Give that back to the white man. Give that science back to him. Now, being homosexual is not natural?
Well, I think that there's two types of homosexuals. There's two kinds of homosexuals. There's one that is born that way genetically, and another that is bred by the environment with all of the GMOs that you just mentioned, and on the water, and even false indoctrination, the media, and so forth, the fashion, and all that. But we also have to remember that it was part of the Willie Lynch agenda to separate our families and to have us take the role of males and to have the males take the roles of females. So he has reversed everything for us, and that is the reason why even if we no longer have slavery, it's in the mind, and we see it happening in our families, and this is just the after effect. This is the after effect of slavery.
What you got to say on that?
On the same homosexual topic? Yes, you are very intuitive, my brother. I wanted to drop some science for you because while we are not advocating, let them ride by, for any type of unnatural behavior that's not part of our culture, I think what I mentioned earlier, it's not that homosexuality is natural, but there are some people due to genetic trauma, right, from when the mother was carrying, whether it have been, something that happened to her while she was pregnant or before she was pregnant, that will actually affect your DNA, right? They affect your DNA. These people they come out of the womb and they're called hormone sexuals. Hormone sexuals are people who have a little bit of both. They don't have a divine sexuality. There's actually no beings that's 100% male or female. We both have both expressions. This is why you have females that are a little bit more aggressive, that are a little bit more angry, and some males who are in touch with their feminine side. Those are hormone sexuals. The homosexuals is something different that can be influenced through, the media, or I guess being traumatized when you're young, or just basic over-sexed nature. That's different. So there's a homosexual that comes about from when you're younger, and then there's a homosexual that comes about from being influenced, right? And both of them are some type of a disorder, so to speak. That's what I meant when I said we're not judging them, but we understand the science, and the differences are they're important to know the difference.
Well, I don't have a lot to say on that topic, but we have to just accept the fact that there are people in our society who choose different lifestyles, and I feel like this: we have to accept everybody. I don't condone it, but we have to accept them as human beings first, okay? So their sexual orientation or their sexual preference, that's none of my business, okay? So I just accept them because they're human, and that's pretty much that. But I also wanted to say one more thing before we end this. I just want to say that I really feel that we have to begin to start focusing on things that are more important. We have to stop looking at these little trivial things that are keeping us in a certain place. In other words, we have to start focusing on building a nation, okay? Stop being petty. Stop looking at what people are doing, other people are doing, their sexual preferences, who they choose to sleep with, who they choose to love. We have to get beyond that and start thinking about what are we going to do as a people here in these hells of North America to save ourselves. What are we going to do right now in this day and time? Like, we got work to do. We can't just, lollygag and act like shit ain't going on, There's a lot of stuff going on we don't even know about. So I want to say also, I'm a spoken word poet. This is why I'm so vociferous, because I have a lot to say. I got a lot on my chest that I don't normally get out. I don't get a chance to speak this every day. So I'm a spoken word poet. I have a channel on YouTube. It's Soraya Ma'at Nefer. You'll see some of my spoken word. I'm going to be uploading some more content. I also am an entrepreneur. I have a company or a brand called Sarai's Egyptian Body Butter. So, you can come out to 125th. You could come to the community garden to support me, support this sister. She's also an entrepreneur. She has her organic lemonade that she sells. This sister right here is also an entrepreneur. So we're all doing our thing. We're out here grinding, okay? We don't have time for the trivial stuff, for the petty stuff, for the back and forth, for the calling people out. I'm not about that life, okay? I'm about building. So if you really want to build, come see me. Tell me what your plans are. We could work together. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. So come and see me. Come and see this sister. Come and see this sister, okay? Because it's nation building time. you know what? We got to get out of his bedroom, okay? Whatever we know that our master teacher had many wives. They practice that in other cultures. They practice that in other countries. So he did it over here in America. That's the only thing that got, him in trouble, okay? But you have polygamy. Brother Polite is in a polygamous relationship. Does anybody say anything about that? Okay, so I just wanted to just mention that. But what I'm saying is that I get angry when I hear people talk about Dr. Malachi York. Okay, he's my master teacher. I'm not in that man's bedroom. I will never be in his bedroom. I'm only a student teacher of the master teacher. I don't care about his sexual preferences. That's his business. So that is all I have to say about that.
Thank you, sis. That was powerful once again. And this is a very sensitive topic for me especially. But I will say it hits exactly what you said right on the head about people being very focused on what people are doing privately, whether these things occurred or they didn't. What I will say to you is this: yes, I became a part of the community after he was incarcerated, but again, it's just a matter of thinking for yourself and learning how to think critically. We are, a culture that's habitually been accepting things that have been handed to us by different cultures, by quote-unquote the white man, by quote-unquote people who have taken from us, stolen from us, and we just accept what it is they give us. What Malachi Z. York is guilty of is raising a strong community that is thinking, they question. The first thing that he said to me, which I respected and I still respect, is don't you dare believe anything I say to you. Okay? Check it out for yourself. I don't want you to believe me. He doesn't recruit. He doesn't go knock on your door talking about, you better accept this Bible, you understand, or you're burning hell. That's nonsense. That's an insult to our intelligence. We're thinking people. We're naturally spiritual people. I've always respected the doctrine, and I've never heard another community leader say that. Okay, that's one. Two, as far as these allegations, give me some proof, somebody. Something. I've heard different people come to me and say, oh, he did this and he did that. Nobody has any names. I've even heard people who accused him of these things turn back and say, you know what, I lied. I lied because they threatened my life. I lied because they threatened to, kill one of my children. And so I lied on him. So we have more proof that these things were made up than any proof that they're actually true. Okay? All I can say to you today is think for yourself. Do your own homework and make a decision for yourself.
Right. And another thing is, we have to look at the children who said that they were molested. These children were examined by medical practitioners and psychiatrists, and these children turned out to have been coerced by the government and Jacob York and a lot of other adults who played a part in this conspiracy, along with the government and the judge Richard Seals. So again, we have to really do the homework and research the case and figure out for ourselves, discern. Sorry, I'm nervous.
You're doing good.
You're doing great. There's a TV show
I got you.
I want to recommend.
Yeah, so basically what we're saying is that we don't want people to buy into the media, in their version of what happened, because we know the truth is that our master teacher came to save us. He wants us to unite and be one people. He doesn't want us to be scattered. We got the Hebrew Israelites out here. We got the RBG out here, okay? We got the NuWaupians out here. We got all kinds of shrines and different spiritual systems out here clashing, but we need to just lay down our differences and just come together for one common reason, for one common cause. Forget about your belief systems. Let's deal with truth. So that's pretty much all I want to say. I'm just trying to help her out a little bit.
Okay, Dr. York was quoted saying that he comes from planet Ritz. Have y'all all heard that? Yes. Can any one of y'all prove that, or is it just a belief when it comes to you?
Prove it, but yeah, I can't.
I love the way you gave the mic to me first.
Yes. Pull the books out. There you go.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prove it to y'all, live and on camera, about Dr. York coming from the planet Risk.
And I haven't read this book yet.
Because again, we don't like to just say things out of thin air.
What's up, Reverend?
Ain't nothing to it but the
Malachi Z. York has called himself a messenger from Risk many times. It's very important for you to internalize. It says, I am Panabab Yanun, the master. On a dark night at 12 a.m., I was born onto this planet, right? In Ghana, West Africa. That's his physical body. Mary C. in Ghana was his mother, born March 10th, 1929, right? Known Fatima, an African woman. Her tribal name was Il Clan Akan tribe. To Al-Hadi Abdur Al-Mahdi, birth 1922 AD, crossing 1970 AD, of the Dongola tribe of Nubia, Sudan's northeast African fort. We have a picture of his birth certificate, which again can be found on several websites, including Wu-Nuwaup.org, as well as referenced on Actual Fact Friday. Now, I'm going to pull out the exact quote regarding Malachi Z. York. All right. Going off of his mother and father in the interest of time, again, you could always purchase this and you could research his parents, but that was just to prove to you that he is still a flesh being born on this planet. We gave you the parents' name and the dates. I was born on Tuesday, June 26, 1945 AD in Ghana. Males are given the name of the day they are born. Kwabina is Akan for Tuesday. I was born with a well-planned purpose by Muzdad, Mustatatalu. Extraterrestrials is what that means. From Marzak, Risk. A Mikwak, planet. The 8th planet Risk in the 19th galaxy, far away in Malian Iliun, a tri-solar system. The being born inside my body was one of them. His name is Yanun. Pa Murzaku, that means Riskians, created this universe of the omniverse. The universe was born 24 billion years ago. I wanted to touch on the line that says that the being born inside my body was one of them. His name is Yanun. What Malachi Z. York is saying, that even though he is a flesh being, the source of his teachings and his inspiration comes from a being that resides and dwells inside of him. The being's name is Yanun. That is where he gets all the inside, the outformation. That is who the quote-unquote, our overseers, we call them, our ancestors, communicate with Yanun and give us our actual facts. They give us our culture. He's a regular man just like you and me. He'll get up, he'll put on his pants one leg at a time, he eats and he sleeps. However, he has a being that resides with him. Right now, that being goes by the name of Yanun. At any given point, he can also have other beings that will come into him. He is a pure vessel. There are very few beings like him on the planet. Okay, because most of us are dirty. We have, our minds are all messed up. We have incorrect diets, and it's difficult for these beings to use at just anyone. Okay, this is from The Lotus of Life, page 9 and 10. Pick it up. I think it's about, what, 30 bucks. You can reference this brother to find out where you can get it. But that's what I have to say about Malachi being a Riskian.
And there are also other eyewitnesses' account. Also, there's a book out called My Brother the Extraterrestrial. That's also a book that will also give account to other people's eyewitnesses who actually witness him grow taller, people who know him and walk with him through the various schools, like the Ansar Law schools. There are people who can give account that, yes, he is a man, or he is... usually, how do I say this? Other beings actually, use him as a vessel, Also Melchizedek is one of the beings, So there are people who I've talked to who actually know about this, and they've told me. So I have people who can actually give an eyewitness account. There are people who walk with him through the various schools who have also said this.
And this is a picture of the 19th galaxy right here. It's a tri-solar system. The 3 suns are Apsu, Utu, and Shamash. And Razak is right in between Utu and Shamash. And this is Panabab Yanun. He's a Riskian. This is the way the Riskians look. And the Riskians are the ones who planted their seed here on the planet Earth. We are their children of the Nagaru race. And Yanun is the one in charge of this mission. This being right here is the one that reincarnates inside of the body of Dr. York. So, you know, having...
So also there's a movie out. It came out in 2012, and it's called, the name of the movie is called not, I was telling you about it last night. Remember the name of that movie I told you about? It was about Prometheus, right. People need to go see that movie because it's dealing with something called panspermia. So there's a movie out that deals with that, okay? That deals with life coming from other planets and things of that nature. So it's called Prometheus. Go see that movie.
Yeah.
Dr. York have also once said that he was a Liberian diplomat. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yes.
Can you prove to the people that he was a Liberian diplomat?
I think Ari could better answer that question. I've only heard that, and I read it somewhere that he is a Liberian diplomat, and that's why one of the places that he wanted to repatriate to is Liberia. So it's on the internet. There's a brother who posts that on the internet. I'll give you his name later. He's very good with the information in terms of him being his diplomatic status, so we can definitely give you more information.
Why choose the NuWaupian nation over Hebrew Israelite, Islam, Kemetic science, but you chose NuWaupian?
Kemetic science is the same thing. It's the same spirituality. It's the same spiritual system. We also practice Kemetic spirituality, okay? So in terms of the Hebrew Israelites, they wasn't there when I needed to be saved, okay? It was a NuWaupian nation who saved me, okay? So if it was a Hebrew Israelite who were there at the time when I needed saving, then I probably would have gravitated towards them, you know? But I mean, I'm not saying that there's not a chance for us to still unite on some kind of, you know, common cause. So I chose the NuWaupian nation because it was there when I needed it. You understand?
So in closing, my sister, can you give us some spoken word?
Absolutely.
Give us some spoken word.
She's also a spoken word poet too, so you're gonna have to, yeah.
I sing. We
yes.
sing it today.
Okay. I want to put the pieces of your body back together again, like Orset did for Orseer way back then. When we could claim greatness and quickly ascend to the highest of height, the greatest in might. But we're not really there yet. We're still trying to get our feet wet. Going around debating about this and about that. When the pharaohs built pyramids to project their spirits to the stars, we're still out here trying to figure out who we are. They had it down to a science. They knew the magic spells. They had power over death and hell. When are we going to see that the gods and goddesses are resurrecting in this day and age? When are we going to acknowledge that the foundation has already been laid for us to become like them, for our people to finally ascend and go back to where it began while still moving forward in our mind? Can't you perceive that now is the time? We don't have to dream about being powerful and supreme. Just tap into the potential within in order to begin again, over and over again, until we get it right, until we win this fight, for scattered bodies to be remembered and for our spirits to reignite. Amun.
Beautiful. What you got? Let's see what you got.
Rahubat.
Peace to the goddesses. Giving honor to my master teacher, Dr. Malachi York. No matter what anybody say about him, if it wasn't for me running into his teachings, I might be still chasing Cracker Jesus around. But going back to the, when you was talking about different people was eyewitnesses to him being one height and then being another height, I'm from Philly. And my mentor in Philly, his name is Kufu Alpha Unk. You probably seen him, yeah. He right down there on 23rd and Market, next to the Trader Joe's. He's one of the people, because I know some people out there was like, oh no, they crazy. He wasn't no this height. Prove to me, show me these people. This man, like, he has no reason to lie to me. He walked with the master teacher just before the land went down, and I didn't go down to the land. I thought all of y'all was crazy, but now I wish I had did it, because as soon as I made up my mind to go down, you know, everything happened. But this man, he walked with the master teacher, ate with the master teacher, study with him, and he'll tell you that one time he was with the master teacher and another group of people, and he said the master teacher was like 5-something, and they turned around and he was like 6-something. He said he seen it with his own eyes. I didn't see it, but he said he has no reason to sit there, to stand there and lie to me. I mean, he said he was like 5-something, 5'11", something like that, and the next thing you know, he was like almost 6 feet tall. Then he went back to, 5 feet 9. I think it's like 5 feet 9. So I just wanted to tell people out there, just in case you want to say that they crazy, show me these people. I could take you down to Philly and let you talk to Kufu Unk. By the way, my name is Sakim Kanasut. My YouTube channel is Key Life Productions, and they call me Brother Sakim on Instagram and Instagram and Facebook. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know some people is going to ask that question.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a verse in closing. I'm feeling brave with the power of my sisters behind me. This is obviously not written by myself. It's just in the spirit of the moment.
Sing with your heart, sweetie. Sing with your heart.
We are here. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. It's why we are here. It's why we are here. We are here. Ooh. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us.
Why we are here. I can't sing.
Why we are here. Ooh.
I'll just hum.
Yes. Okay. Just marinate on it.
Well, you have a beautiful voice. Have y'all heard of Prince York?
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, we have.
Do you see him as the next in position after Dr. York? He's a young brother, and he's a smart brother.
Yeah, I think he definitely can take a leadership role. He studies a lot, and he studies, and he loves his father. I remember when I was first talking with him, it was a couple of years, about maybe 2 years back, remember? And he had some stuff that he wanted to sell, so he tried to start a little business, and he got the sisters involved. So he's doing what his father would actually have done, So yes, I do think that he has leadership potential.
Guidance, he could do it.
Absolutely.
He can do it.
Sure. Absolutely.
That's our brother.
Yes, absolutely. We oppose him.
Well, the same way that they attack Prince York, they attack all of us NuWaupians. If they attack him, they attack our master teacher, they attack everyone that's with him. So it's relevant to the fight that we've been going through for the past 16, 17 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're all under attack.
That's true.
So we just gotta stay strong, and we have to stay together.
Mm-hmm. And you know how they say, smite the shepherd, scatter the sheep? That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it comes with the name. It comes with the name York.
All right, thank you, my sisters. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.